So the y-intercept of a quadratic function is always the c value. When we learned y equals mx plus b, like for instance y equals 2x plus 1, the y-intercept was the last number. It's the same thing in a quadratic, except a quadratic has to have an x squared. So say I give an equation like y equals 3x squared plus 5x plus 4. The c value, that last number, is the y-intercept. The axis of symmetry formula is the x equals negative b over 2a that we learned in lesson 8-2, and the vertex is the maximum or minimum point of a parabola, which we learned in 8-1. Okay, the axis of symmetry formula is negative b over 2a. So looking at our equation, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So b is negative 6. So negative 6, which is really positive 6, over 2a. The a is the 3. Negative 6 is positive 6. Over 2 times 3 is 6, which is 1. I like to write x equals 1 for this because remember, axis of symmetry is an equation of a line. We'll be drawing it like that on the graph. So just something that we need to pay attention to is whether this graph is going to open up or down. It doesn't have that in any of these steps, but I think it's really important. So remember that you look at the a value. Since the a is 3, it's positive. This is going to open up. So the graph will look like that when we are done. So a vertex is an ordered pair, x comma y. We already have our x value, which is 1. We need to plug that into the original equation to find y, since y equals this stuff, 3x squared minus 6x plus 1. Remember to put your x in parentheses. You could type that in your calculator just like that and get this answer, or you can calculate it using PEMDAS, the order of operations, and you'll get negative 2, which means the final ordered pair is 1 comma negative 2. The y-intercept is the c value, which in this case, if you look at the original equation, 3x squared minus 6x plus 1, that's ax squared plus bx plus c. The c value is always going to be that last number that doesn't have a variable, so it is 1. The y-intercept is 1. We're going to skip the 2 points part, and we're going to move on to the graphing now. So I just copied the information from the above page into this little chart, and I'm going to keep it color-coded while we are graphing. Remember that the axis of symmetry is an equation of a line. So the x equals is important there because that's really a line. I'm making a dotted line at the x equals 1. This helps us so that when we graph our parabola, we make sure to keep it symmetric. For the vertex, 1, negative 2 is our ordered pair of the vertex. So I'm going to graph 1, negative 2. And I know that this is a minimum because we looked at the original equation and we said a is 1. So we know that this graph is going to open up. So it's going to look like a U basically when we are done. And then the other thing that we can graph is the y-intercept. So right on the y-axis at 1, we can make a dot. Whenever we make a dot on one side of the axis of symmetry, we can mirror image that, or what they call reflect when we get to geometry. We can reflect that on the other side. So if I make a dot that's one space from the axis of symmetry, I can do that on the other side. I can mirror image it. So I already almost have the whole parabola, but we can make even more points and make this more specific and make the graph look more precise. We could pick any amount of points that we want to graph this. If we had an XY table using the original equation, we could put any x value we want into this chart. So say I wanted to pick x is 3, because I had x is 2 from my mirror image point. If x is 3, then we just plug that into the equation just like we did with the vertex, and you calculate what you would get, you can use your calculator or you can actually multiply this out, you'll get what y equals. That's the whole point of the equation. So we would get y equals 10. So another ordered pair that I can have is 3, 10. This is from step 4, 3, 10, on the last page of the notes. So 3, 10. And then I could mirror image that. That's 2 spaces away from the axis of symmetry. So if I go 2 away on the other side, my other ordered pair is -1, 10. If I didn't know that, I could just plug in -1, put it wherever there is an x, like this, and then calculate that, and you would get 10. I could pick 5 if I want to. I can pick 15 if I want to, but those are probably going to go off the graph, and then we wouldn't want to graph them. But this makes a really precise graph. 3 points is good. 5 points on a graph is great. We have 5 points. We have the vertex, we have the y-intercept in its reflected point or mirror imaged point, and then we used an xy table to plug in an x value to find some more points.